Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2026. We all made it. 2025 is in the record books, and we are looking forward and looking ahead to what the next year has to offer us. My name is Jay Galuzzo. This is HRJ Strategies, and I am here to help you if you are a small business or if you are maybe a small HR department or maybe even just an HR person of one and trying to figure out this thing called HR, what it is, how it's managed, why it matters. This is the spot for you. And we're going to talk about several areas of HR over the next coming weeks, but it starts with HR strategy and your employer brand. I hope that in 2026, you've already established some goals of what you want to accomplish from a business standpoint. And if you have, my next question is, do you have an HR strategy that aligns to that? Because if you have left your HR strategy by the side of the road while you're developing all these operational and organizational goals, then you've left out a significant part. And it's very important that you align your HR strategy to your employer brand. And so we'll talk about ways that we can do that in the year to come. Another area that we're going to get into in the new year is staffing. How do we find the right people, the right talent, and make sure that we have those folks aligned to our organizational mission, vision, and values, and how we can best accomplish our staffing needs for 2026. Once you have the right people, then the question is, how do you keep them engaged? How do you retain the best talent in your organization? In today's day and environment, you have to assume that every day someone is potentially trying to take your best people. And so to guard against that, you need to make sure that you are keeping your folks engaged and that you have a plan to retain the best talent. Part of the way to ensure that you are keeping the right people is your approach to employee relations and performance management. And we're going to talk about those two areas specifically in its own segment because it is important today that we know how we relate to our employees, how we treat our employees, the environment that they work in, and how we communicate their performance so that we know how to help them improve and be better aligned to our organizational goals. Another area that we're going to cover is compensation and benefits. And it's not just all about the money, although money is certainly important. There is a lot more that goes into your compensation packages and why people are wanting to work in your organization. And so we're going to talk a little bit about how we have the right benefits package for the folks that you have in your organization and what are some of the options in making sure that you are fairly compensating your talent and making sure that your talent goals are aligned with your compensation and benefits packages. One area that is often overlooked in HR, it's seen as a luxury item, is learning and development. How are you training your people? We often think that that's just kind of, they come already pre-assembled and already knowing what they need to know to do the job, but that's not true. In order to properly align them to your organization, because every organization is different, you need to make sure that you are taking your learning and development. And oh, by the way, when you get someone that comes in, you want them to grow in your organization. So that means that they inherently have to be lifelong learners. They have to be able to continue on and learn the things that you need them to know as your company changes, as your company grows. So what is your learning and development plan for 2026? And we're also going to look at risk management and how we can mitigate some risks that are out there from a human capital perspective and what controls we can put in place to make sure that we are operating in the safest possible environment for our people and what things we can do when we have issues or incidents in an organization and what steps should you be taking. For more information, you can visit the website at hrjstrategies.com. I look forward to engaging with you for the coming year, and I wish you all a happy new year.